of the poetry scene in London. He's just like a wordy hug with the haircut of Robert Plant. It's Dónall Dempsey.
I was babysitting for a friend's little girl, and I settled down after she went to bed to watch a programme of mafia killers explaining how they killed horribly, most criminally. And she came down and said, "I want a drink of water." And so I had a bit of that. And then she came down and said, "I want a fairy story." So I was telling her a fairy story. So we had this cross-pollination of this innocent fairy tale world with the criminal mafia and things. So what grew up were these fucking horrible fairy tales that goes like this. This is called Up Above the World So High. The three blind mice, the three blind mice. They didn't tell you the same thing twice, and they wasn't very nice, and they wasn't blind. See, that was just a blind. They wore shades to hide their eyes, maestros with a switchblade knife. They ran all the vice, and any opposition had already lost their lives. But fuck it, lately the farmer's wife, it was rumoured she'd done the old man in and had taken over everything. They had now begun to move in on their territory, and they didn't like it. They weren't used to being told what they could and couldn't do. Confrontation and respect was due. Both boobs bore a tattoo that said in Latin, "Trouble and strife" and "fuck you." Our other tattoo just above her pubic hair stated in mock Gothic script, "Abandon hope, O ye wretched." One night, the farmer's wife decided to separate the men from the mice, had them scrubbed out by a psycho known locally only as Slasher Gore. Now the three blind mice don't see so good no more. See, even dead ain't good for the sight. Ain't that right? Ain't that fucking right? Deal with it, boys. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, meet the new big mama of vice, the farmer's wife, just like it spells out in nasty neon light. Twinkling, twinkling, obscuring the starlight. Thank you. And this is called I Love You. Little Boy Blue, I Love You. Little Bo Peep couldn't go to sleep. She just knew something was wrong. It was easy. Too easy. It shouldn't be this easy. She knew she should listen to her instincts, call it female intuition, a certain tingling. She slid between the sheets and slid her hands between his legs, roused Little Boy Blue. He always had the horn and he was anything but little. He smiled, she smiled, they fucked till dawn. She came and came. Finally, as she fell asleep, they finally came to get her. She was on her own. And where was Little Boy Blue? When you're sleeping with the enemy, you should only trust yourself. The director of MI5 a squashed out fag in an already overflowing ashtray, an Earl Grey tea stain on the tear-stained telegram, clutched in a still trembling hand, simply said, "Regret, Miss Bo Peep, brown bread." This is called Things Are Never As They Seem, but you know that picture, don't you? Cinderella was having a ball. She was on a roll, couldn't do anything wrong at all. Wicked, just wicked, sister, she smiled to her secret self as the camera in her stiletto heel snapped, click, click, click. She was cool, she was quick, she was so slick. Yes, the prince's blueprints, it doesn't get better than this. A light switch said, click. A gun said, click. Cinderella said, shit. How charming, said the prince, and how utterly alarming. And you really thought you could get away with all this? I'll have that camera shoe, thank you. And now, my dear, I'm going to shoot you. Toodaloo. Her head exploded like a pumpkin, hollowed out for Halloween. Things are never as they seem. I'm frightfully sorry to be betrayed by someone I've just laid. You would have made an excellent queen, but as I make a point of pointing out, things are never as they seem. Thank you.